All right, let me turn the lights on. Oh, right. Here we are. Big time news, everybody. Let me know how the audio sounds, and we'll go from there. But the big news today regarding your Sacramento Kings, Yogi Ferrell, backed out of his deal with the Dallas Mavericks, is now a member of the Sacramento Kings. 2 years, $6.2 million. What does that mean for the Kings? We'll get to that later. Before all that, we haven't discussed Kawhi Leonard being traded to the Toronto Raptors, which was huge news. So much speculation surrounding him all summer long. It finally got done. We'll get into that. DeMarcus Cousins, if you guys haven't seen the news, he doesn't give a hoop about what other people think. We'll get into that. Carmelo Anthony was traded to the Atlanta Hawks. He will be waived. The Thunder now have Dennis Schroeder. I like that combination between Schroeder and Westbrook. We'll get into that. But before we do all of that, this episode of this Friday special edition TK podcast is presented by POWERHANDZ. Go out there, get your handles right. They really do work, everybody. If you're serious about your jump shot and your handles, POWERHANDZ is the way to go. So without further ado, let's get to it. Yogi Ferrell, I like him a lot, okay? I think as of right now, De'Aaron Fox, Frank Mason, they should be excited because the competition in training camp will be intense. That's what we all want. That's how you become a better basketball player, by being pushed by others. That's what it's all about. So I am definitely excited. I know a lot of people are tuning in right now. People saying I'm hyped. People saying it's an upgrade. As of right now, in my opinion, and this is me being honest, I do think and I do believe Yogi Ferrell is better than Frank Mason. Now, with that said, Yogi Ferrell will not start over De'Aaron Fox as of right now today, unless he just outplays him in training camp. But I've always been a big fan of Yogi Ferrell. His heart has that Isaiah Thomas type story, right? He's too short. You know, he's too small to play in the NBA. He faced all this adversity. Now he's here. Now he just signed a 2-year deal with your Sacramento Kings. So that's exciting. It adds to that point guard depth. The Kings didn't have many playmakers / ball handlers on this roster. Now they have an extra guy who can facilitate an offense. He's proven that. He played all 82 games last season for the Dallas Mavericks. Started about 21, I believe. So that's durability for the people that say, you know, the tiny guys don't last long in the NBA. Definitely a good sign playing all 82 games. That's very, very impressive. What are people saying? You good, brother, with the audio. All right. I was like, oh, man, my audio is off. Oh, no. But, yeah, I like the pickup. Again, he is a culture guy. He's a good dude. The Mavericks really wanted him back. But they did sign Jalen Brunson, player of the year from Villanova. So they gave a second-round pick. I think it's a 3 or 4 year deal. You don't see many of those, you know, for second-round picks. So good for Jalen. He'll be a nice backup there for Dennis Smith as a third ball handler because, you know, Luka Doncic will get a lot of the touches. So but, you know, with that said, they still offered Yogi a contract. It just happens that it was less than what the Kings are offering him now. But in hindsight, being in the state of Texas, it's kind of the same thing, or might be a little bit better because you're not paying the state tax. I think it was more Yogi and his agent saying, well, they just gave Jalen this contract. Dennis is better than I am. They just drafted Luka Doncic, who's a point forward. My playing time may not be all the way there. You come to the Kings, maybe they're thinking, you know what, I'm better than Frank Mason, so I'm going to get more playing time. I see a better opportunity there to do some damage and play. Maybe that's what they're thinking. I don't know for sure, but I think that's the approach that they're taking. Also, the other news, Kawhi Leonard, how do you guys feel about him? Is it a big year for him in terms of, does he have to prove and take the Raptors to the NBA Finals? The East is wide open. Is he the best player in the East? What do you guys think about that? Carmelo Anthony, the front runner, are the Houston Rockets. He will be waived by the Hawks. He got traded to the Hawks for Dennis Schroeder. I like the move for the Thunder. I really do. That gives him depth. That gives him another option to score with Paul George, who decided to stay. So I really, really like that move as well. And yeah, I'm going to get into some of the comments right now. But before I do that, I want to let you guys know that if you guys want the hottest merch in the game, there will be links in the description after this live stream to get your CK merch. We appreciate all the support, everybody. Lots of good stuff coming. I also want to say that we have Jonathan Isaac, DeAndre Ayton, Trae Young vlog coming out. Give you that behind-the-scenes perspective of what we know, of what we found out, all that dope, clean footage that we provide. So I can't wait to show you guys that. I hope you guys can support the Isaac. I think the Isaac one is coming out first. We're almost done with that one. I love Jonathan Isaac. You know, to me, he was the best player at Summer League before he stopped playing. He definitely showed why he was a top 6 pick last year. We kind of all forgot about him, but he really reminds me of a young Kevin Durant. That 1-2 dribble, boom, jump shot, silky smooth. I love it. I love it. And I talk about that and much more in his behind-the-scenes vlog. So if you guys can tag him after we release it so he can share it, that would be awesome. Appreciate you guys. Also, the other move was Garrett Temple going to the Grizzlies. That was more like a Navarro Bowman type move from the Niners to the Raiders. They gave him an option, choose your team. We'll try to get a deal done if it makes sense for both parties. We'll do it. That's good karma, in my opinion. Garrett Temple, a true leader, true professional. Shout out to you, homie. We'll always be grateful. He was the first one on this podcast, so you know that means a lot to everybody at Cowbell Kingdom. We're the first ones to have him on a show here locally, so that was awesome. You guys can go back and listen to that show and the conversation that we had. Such an educated human being. Love that guy. Great culture guy. Really changed the culture in Sacramento. He was one of the pioneers. Him, Anthony Tolliver, those guys really changed a lot of things in Sacramento. And, you know, I and many Kings fans will forever be grateful for that. So shout out to him. The Kings bring back Davis, who has promise as a center. I've always liked him. I think he went 22, 21 from what I remember in the draft. Watched him play in Summer League. Had good moments, had bad moments. He is a guy who's still developing. You know, big men take a little bit longer. He has size, athleticism. So we'll see what happens if they decide to keep him or not, depending on what they do with this extra, cap space. So now they went from 21 to 15 with Yogi's contract. So that's interesting. Will they go after Clint Capella, sign and trade? Maybe. You know, I just want to put it out there. I'll get into the whole Capella stuff a little bit later. But yeah, they bring back Ben McLemore, ex-Sacramento King. Will he stay on the roster? Does he fit in this roster? I don't think he does as of right now. I don't think he does. He's too small, or he's not good enough defensively or offensively, in my opinion, from what I know, watching him and covering him here. And I didn't see much improvement in Memphis. For me, to say, you know what, he can play small forward, or, you know, anybody can play a position. The thing is, can they succeed and can they bring value in that position? I think a lot of the times fans get caught up way too much on, you know, this guy is 6'8", 210, 215. He's a small forward. What you have to be focusing on is, can these guys play the position? Are they better than what you have right now? It's not just let's fill in the gap. If that was the case, you have Justin Jackson. The idea here is to bring in more talent, which is why I was upset the Kings did not sign Jabari Parker. He was a talent upgrade at $20 million for 1 year. That's what you want. Even if he doesn't work out for the Kings, then he becomes an asset at the deadline because teams want expiring contracts. So when I said, man, the Kings should have offered him $25 million for 1 season, who cares? That money is coming back to you next offseason if it doesn't work out. If it works out, you just got yourself a star. Because it's extremely difficult for the Kings to sign young stars. This dude is 23 years old, number 2 overall pick, when healthy, he's shown signs of being great. Okay? Let's not get carried away. This dude is legit. Jabari is legit when he is healthy. I get it. There's fear from a lot of fans. And then another of my pet peeves, well, if he comes for cheap, you know, we'll take him. I'll take him if he comes for cheap. Like, what does that mean? You're not paying anything. Like, you're not paying this player to come here. So, no. The idea is to get him in here. I'm tired of the Kings signing mediocre players, you know, or below average players. The idea is to get better, to slowly but surely get better. And if you had the opportunity to sign a number 2 pick who's shown flashes at 23 years old for whatever amount of money for 1 year, you do it. That's simple. Which ties back to this. They have 15 million, 16 million, somewhere around that ballpark this year. What are they going to do with that? Will they go after Clint Capella? That's the real question. And if that happens, they have to get rid of someone else, right? It would have to be a sign and trade. Most likely, the highest candidate would be Willie Cauley-Stein. Can Willie Cauley-Stein be that new Clint Capella with James Harden and Chris Paul? It's a high possibility, everybody. It's a high possibility. So right now, E-Man is saying they're at $17 million. So yeah, $17 million. My back hurts. I'm like signing up too straight. So $17 million. That's what E-Man's saying right now. I don't have the numbers in front of me, but we'll take that. That's good money, right? Now, you sign Capella, Willie Cauley-Stein. Maybe they take Zebo. I don't think so. If I'm the Rockets, I don't take that. But again, it's a good contract because it's expiring. He brings in veteran leadership, something that they lost in Trevor Ariza and Luke Bonmoute. Although, I want to be on record right now today, July 20th, I love what the Rockets are doing. And I'm in the minority. I know people have killed him for allowing Ariza to go sign a crazy contract and $15 million. I mean, that's way too much for him. They sign they draft DeAnthony Melton from USC, kid who, because of all these scrutinies in the FBI and all this garbage in college basketball, you can't make money or someone gives you money, blah, blah, blah. Athletes should get paid. This dude was suspended, did not play his sophomore year. This kid is good. He can play 1 and the 2 because of his length, his versatility. He's able to play 3-guard. I mean, he's able to play these 3-guard lineups, which Houston already plays. You know, Daryl Morey had this in his back pocket. Like, dude, I got this kid, 20-something. I forget where they drafted him, 20-something. They like this kid. Then you're going to bring back Joe Green, who's comparable in that area, right? And I get it. Ariza is mentally tough. He's an NBA champion. He brings that edge. But Gerald Green already lived that last season. He can bring that edge. And then you inject the Rockets with some youth. They have a lot of youth coming in. I love Anthony Melton. He is a big piece, a huge reason why Trevor Ariza, in my opinion, was expendable. Let me know what you guys think about that. Ball is life, Samuel. Corlinson the same. Melton is nice, man. I wanted to go to Melton is nice. He would have been a great fit with the Kings. Melo is a small forward. Melo's not coming to Sac. I don't want Melo to come to Sac. That would be a disastrous situation. Like, that would not be a good move. If this whole time they've been patient and they go after Carmelo Anthony, I mean, they can go after him just to show fans, oh man, we're trying, but they're not going after him. They're not going after him. Kings should trade for Jimmy Butler. The Kings are not trading for Jimmy Butler. I don't think they have the assets, and the T-Wolves are really going to try to sign him. I know he's not happy, but I don't see him coming to Sac. Like, I don't. I would hope so, but he's not. So the Rockets, to me, are still the number 2 team in the West. They're in a very good situation. They kept their stars together. You inject them with some life. I like that. So the idea here is Clint Capella expendable? Can you bring in Willie Cauley-Stein and then he become your new Clint Capella? Willie Cauley-Stein, number 6 pick in the draft a few years ago. Clint Capella was like 20 or 15 to 20. Like, all these players in my mind are like all over the place, but I know where they went. All right. Can he become the next Clint Capella? That's the real question, everybody. So definitely something to think about, right? Why don't you like Iman Shumpert? It's not that I don't like him. I just don't think he fits with the Kings. So to me, he's also an asset, though. He's an expiring contract. Someone's going to want him when the deadline approaches. Teams are fighting for playoff positioning. And he's a guy who can come in, hit an open jump shot when healthy, defend a few positions when healthy. So that's an asset. So there's no need to trade him now unless you get the guy you want, which I think Shumpert can go to Houston in that deal. $11 million there. I think Willie's is at $4 or $5 million there. That's about 15. Get to 15, 16. Then you max out Capella, whatever he wants. Again, the idea is to bring in more talent, okay? You're trying to upgrade your team. Clint Capella would do that. Clint Capella is arguably the first or second best big man defender in the game, okay? Let's not act like this dude's a scrub. This dude defensively is a beast. He affects the game in a way the Kings haven't had anything like this in 10-plus years. DeMarcus Cousins wasn't the best defender, okay? He was the best offensive player the Kings have had in the past 10 years. But Clint Capella will instantly make this team a lot better defensively. I know Dave Yeager will love that. I know I will love that. I know Email will love that. I know every single one of you guys in this comment section will love that. That's what Marcus Smart would have brought to the Kings. But a lot of people say, oh, he's not a small forward. Again, it goes back to what I said earlier. Do not focus on the aesthetics, the 6'8" or 6'9". He's a small forward. Let's fill in a mediocre guy out of position of need. No, let's fill in that need with good basketball players. How about that? Let's stop thinking small, start thinking big. No pun intended, okay? The Kings need talent. It's written on the wall. They need guys who've been there, who have playoff experience. Marcus Smart, Clint Capella. Those guys bring that edge that the Kings don't have. That's why I get frustrated. And I've been waiting for this podcast to tell you guys and convey this message. Stop thinking about this guy is 6'8", this guy is 6'7", he can play the... No, he can't. He cannot. I'm tired of this team having mediocre players. Aren't you? That's something that you have to ask yourselves and then answer it. Because I already know the answer, man. I already know the answer. This is frustrating. The Kings don't have a pick in 2019. They have to try to win as many games as possible. You're trying to get the best talent possible. That's what you guys want. Wins. Joseph saying, so Willie Cauley-Stein can get better on the Rockets, but not the Kings. Only had 1 year of starting minutes. Stop. Oh, my gosh. You don't understand. I'm going to get back to him, man, because I just went on the rant. All right. I'm going to get back to you. You're not making any sense. Capella would instantly make Harry and Bagley better. It would make a lot of sense to have a goalie, a guy who can switch onto guards, a guy who's excellent already defensively. Willie's not good defensively. He's shown signs of being good defensively. Can he be good? Sure. But time is money. The NBA is about what have you done for me lately? Okay? We know Capella is great. He's not good. He's great defensively. Something Willie is not. Can he be that? Sure. But the NBA doesn't have time. Fans don't care about that. Yeah, you don't have 5-6 years to show that. You have to be able to show it ASAP. He's had time. I don't care how he looks on Instagram. And this goes for everybody. This is not just me attacking. This goes for every single player. I don't care how you dribble the ball on an Instagram video. I can do that and look great doing it. It's what can you do during the game? Can you make your teammates better? Can you inspire your teammates to take and achieve greatness and take another step? That's what Capella will bring to the Kings. Went to the Western Conference Finals. He's been in a winning culture. He's bringing that at 23 or 24 years old. That's what you want. It's okay to max out a guy like that because he's super young. That's a good thing. So, again, you are who you can guard. Thank you, Samuel, man. So, why hasn't Capella? Bro, check your stats. Joseph Ortiz, they're offering so Capella wants an extra $40 million. Right now, the Rockets and Capella, they're $10 million off of where that will complete the deal. He's been offered that money. He wants what he believes is comparable to his value. Capella's not stupid. He just saw Chris Paul at 33 years old get a massive deal, which he did not deserve that deal, okay? Amongst a lot of NBA circles, because I talked to a lot of people, that deal to me was ludicrous. And if you listen to the last podcast, Dustin, by the way, has been doing a great job having all these podcasts and having all these guys who cover all these teams. If you go back to the Rockets podcast, if the Rockets would have offered Chris Paul $5 million less, and this is ridiculous. This is a fact. This is coming from a guy who actually covers his team, who has inside information. If Chris Paul would have been offered $5 million less, he would have walked. Think about that. Capella's like, bro, I'm 23 years old. I'm one of the best defenders in the game. You better give me my money, and I don't blame him. If I'm his agent, I'm going to stall as much as I can. Seriously. And you know what? I may even take a one-year deal. Next year, a lot more teams will have money. And they will definitely offer Capella what he wants. So, yeah, Cauley-Stein is not on Capella's level, period. Stop it already. Stop it. Someone said, would you rather have Capella or Otto Porter? It's hard. I would like to have both. because they both fill in needs that this team really needs. That's part of the process, right? Filling in this team with guys that you need. Capella is such a staple, though. I mean, it's easy to say Otto Porter, but the value Capella brings to a guy like De'Aaron Fox in the pick and roll, just on defense, period. The fact that he can switch to all these guards, make their lives hell, brings so much value to a basketball team. This guy can guard quick guards. He can guard every single big in the game. He makes and he elevates his teammates on defense. That's what he does. Otto Porter, it's tough to say, man. I mean, he can play the 3 and the 4. Very versatile, very good defender, great three-point shooter. That's what I'm saying. Like, they're both so different, and they both fill in so many needs on this team. They would both start on this team. So if I had to, though, gun to my head, Capella by a little bit. But Capella, Capella's that good, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're both really good. But Capella has already shown to be a staple on a championship team. I mean, the Rockets had the Warriors down 3-2. He was part of that success. Let's not act like it was just James Harden. Capella held his own against every single member on that team. On a championship Warriors team. Greatest team ever team. Appreciate you, Eric. Appreciate you, brother. So, T-Wolves guy. Oh, that's right. Bjelica. So, Bjelica, will he come to the Kings? Can he make the team better? Even more of a reason. If you go out and get Capella, you bring in Bjelica, who plays a stretch 4. You know, then you have to get rid of guys for sure, you know. Zebo being one of those guys. But you come out and you stretch the floor and you have that anchor, that guaranteed anchor on defense. That's nice. Will Bjelica come? I think he will. I think Vlade can really sell him on the idea. You're playing with Bogey when you're very good friends. You know, Bogey would be excited. I've already spoken to him. He loves the idea of Bjelica coming to the Kings. How do you guys feel about that? Great three-point shooter. Shot about 40% last year. Very consistent. Skilled. Not the most athletic, but very skilled, not the least. And that's what this team needs. They need skilled basketball players. Period. Someone's saying Capella destroyed the Warriors, especially KD. Just remember that. Why can't we just have Willie and Capella? Facts. Otto Porter facility can go with the 4. Porter eventually dropping the Kings offensive system. Rather have Porter. Trade the rest. The centers. Lewis saying, "Compa, what's up, brother?" The trio of Capella, Bagley, Giles would be nice, and that's where I'm heading. I will love that trio. See, now that's a trio to be proud of, because then you have a bunch of skill sets all over the place. Now it makes sense. So, I mean, I can play small forward. I'm like a poor man's version of Luka Doncic. How about that? So Tanner says, please tell me you're kidding. Yeah, sleeping on Jakar. I can play water boy for them. Jakar is a GOAT. Pella, Willie Cauley-Stein. Also, Scow. On the last podcast, I think someone on Instagram said, well, you don't like Bagley. You just said Scow is the best. Scow, as of right now, on this roster, is the most gifted offensive big the Kings have. He's the best offensive big the Kings have, period. Even with his skinny self. He is the best offensive big the Kings have, period. I want to hear about it. He's that skilled. Has he gained weight? Has he put on muscle? I was supposed to have that information to you guys by today. I do not have it because I literally forgot to reach out to his camp and to the people that are close to Scal. I told myself last night, you know what? I was watching Luke Cage on Netflix, right? God, I'm binge watching that like crazy. That's why I have all these in my eyes. So after I tune out editing all these vlogs, I tend to eat cereal and watch Luke Cage, right? I'm on season 2. Binge watch that till 3 a.m. Not proud of it, but God, it's so good. Anyways, I told myself, Scal, I'm going to find out if he's put the work in and if he looks better, if he's gained muscle. Because we haven't really seen much of him, right? We haven't heard much of him. He's like the silent guy Kings doesn't want to know about. I'm intrigued by it. I'll let you guys know later. After this, as the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna text some people, find out, and then I'll let you guys know for sure. So what's gonna happen to Frank Mason? Give up on Scal just yet. It's Scal's guys. Oh my gosh. Again, the first thing I said at the beginning of this show, Frank Mason, he better be alert. He better be woke because Yogi Ferrell is coming for that backup position. Yogi Ferrell is coming for your position, Frank. What's Frank going to do? Is Frank going to elevate his game? He might. He might not. That's a question that I can't answer, but I love the idea of bringing a guy who's very skilled, who's talented, who has a chip on his shoulder, just like Frank Mason does. And that's going to spark competition. Competition makes you better. It makes you uncomfortable. That's what I want to see. I want to see how Frank takes this. Will it elevate him? We'll find out soon. Literally, the season's right around the corner. Like, next thing you know, Eman and I will be in Mexico next week. Football is going to be here. Basketball is going to be here. And we're back. Like, it's literally right there. Season's right there. So, definitely excited about this. Eman is saying Scal just needs to shoot the ball, spread the floor. Big guy. Scal is the most gifted offensive big, on this roster, period. But I also want to talk about the guys that I've been wrong about, in Summer League. So the Cavs, they have one fella by the name of Collin Sexton. He's looking really good. He's looking really good. Loving what Collin brings, that toughness, man. This dude's a dog. Like, this dude is a dog. Has no social media. His life is basketball. We cannot say that about anybody else in the NBA besides Collin Sexton. Okay, that's very impressive, and I tip my hat off to him. Another guy I was wrong about. Okay, Kentucky, 6'9", New York Knicks. My man's is playing very well. Kevin Knox. Okay, Kevin Knox was on my radar early in the year. He slipped off because he was playing bad at Kentucky. I don't know if that was Calipari's fault. That was his fault. That was him just saying, you know what? I'm going to turn it up during the pre-draft workouts, and I'm going to be me. Some players do that. And Ben Simmons did that. Ben Simmons didn't look great at LSU, but we knew he was the #1 pick, period. That's a hell of a pick and a ballsy move by the Knicks. Ballsy, okay? I love it. Then they go and they get Mitchell. Big man, 7'1", did not play in college, worked out the whole year, prepared. This dude is a monster. I like what the Knicks did. I like what the Cavs did. And I love what the Bulls did. I love what the Bulls did. And for the guy who was talking all that smackles on Instagram, yes, I love Wendell Carter. And yes, Wendell Carter to me was the best rookie in Summer League, period. The most impressive rookie, period. Wendell Carter Jr. is legit. Wendell Carter Jr. is a beast, period. Lonnie Walker was my number 9 guy on my big board. He showed signs. I like what I saw. I wasn't mega impressed, but I like what I saw. He's in the right system with the best coach in the game, in Greg Popovich. It will now play with DeMar DeRozan. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I thought he would have been a lot better with Kawhi Leonard. I'm talking about Lonnie. But now you got DeMar DeRozan. Are the Spurs a playoff team? Are the Spurs a 50-win team now with DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge and Lonnie Walker? They lost Green in the trade as well. I thought that was huge. Are the Spurs a 50-win team with DeMar DeRozan, Lonnie Walker, LaMarcus Aldridge? Miles Bridges, my number 4 guy. I may have had him way too high. I'm not sure yet. Jury's still out. Obviously, Summer League. You can only take bits and pieces of all these players. I'm going to tell you what. Wendell Carter, I'm number 5. I'm looking pretty damn good. I'm looking pretty damn good. Wendell Carter's a beast. He's a beast. I wasn't that impressed with Aiden. It's tough to say with him though. I mean, the pressure mounted by being number 1, and then you not really having Devin Booker with you. I'm gonna give him a pass. He's definitely a freak though. Like, he's a physical freak. So I'll give him that. So I'm gonna give him a pass. Marvin Bagley, I'm going to give him a pass. I'm going to give Marvin Bagley a pass at number 2. Again, 1 and 2, the pressure zone. We saw signs, but I'm leaning more towards the disappointed. If I had to, there's like in the middle, I'm like this way. I'm like this way for both guys. I thought Wendell Carter destroyed both of them in terms of performances. So it's like this. I'm going to give Bagley and Aiden the pass. And I definitely see the potential there. But Wendell Carter, to me, was over here. Right, but the first round is independent for our record. I think you have a friend doing it. If you come on, bro. Bagley, Carter Jr. was what? We've seen all last year who was better. Bro, stop. I'm not gonna get it. Joseph, it's like Joseph, like all you want to do is argue, bro. Like, no, I'm not gonna get into that. Grayson, white boy that fights everybody. He looked good. I did. I liked what I saw from him. I did. Yeah, which means we don't worry about the first round pick unless we trade to get. Then we have eight second-round picks in the next 3 years. We got decent capital built up. All right, so E-Man is saying, put some respect on my guy, Justin Jackson. 20 points, 28, 26, and 20. That's impressive. That's impressive. The question is, can he be effective and impactful as a 4th or 5th option in an offense? That's the real question, okay? Can he do that? Because when he's not the number 1 option per se, he tends to disappear. If he knows before a game, I'm going to get 15 shots a game, how do you prepare mentally? How do you approach that game? Y'all got to ask yourself that. He has to ask himself that. Will I affect the game in a different way? Because we know right now he's not number 1, 2, 3 in an offense. Okay. Can he put up? Well, there's not can he. He won't put up those numbers if he's a third if he's a 4th or 5th option. But can he put up 10 points, 4 rebounds, lockdown defender on D? maybe 5 rebounds, maybe 2 steals, maybe 3 assists. Can he do that? If he can do that, the pick at number 15 is justified. That's a big if, okay? We know what he can do in Summer League. He loves Thomas and Mack. No, he loves the Cox Pavilion. He loves it there. That dude loves it there. So we'll see. Michael Beasley to the Lakers. Okay. Another head scratcher of a move. Okay. It's probably a 1-year deal, right? Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to go there, bro. If you didn't watch Wendell Carter play in the NBA with better dudes against better competition, and if you watch Bagley play, you tell me who looked better. And I'm just going to leave it there. Like I said, I'm going to give Bagley a pass. But Wendell Carter Jr. was the best big and best rookie in Summer League, period. Right. I mean, Wendell didn't show half of what he was capable of at Duke. And then Wendell's so cerebral. Dude got accepted into Ivy school, great basketball IQ, great mechanics. His jump shot is so much better than Bagley's, and it's not even close right now. Okay. And these are facts. And his offensive game, if you watched him, I don't believe you watched him play. I really don't. His ability to play defense, guard guys laterally, and albeit he's not facing top tier guards yet, but what he did in terms of his blocks and how he got those blocks, that's here to stay. That is legit defending the rim ability. 7'5" wingspan, has hops, has that nice fluid jump shot, has that nice fluid game, that inside out game. Don't tell me that he did not have a better tournament. Don't tell me he did not look better, because you're lying to yourself. Stop it. I love Bagley as a person, and I love his camp, his dad, his brothers. But I cannot sit here and tell you today that I don't think Wendell was better, because I'd be lying to you. I would. I'm sorry. I want Bagley to be the best player in this draft. But as of right now, today, Wendell Carter is better. There's no shame in that. We're in July, bro. There is no shame in saying that. You may disagree. That's okay. But in my opinion, and many other people that I've spoken to already, Wendell in July, and this may not mean nothing by the time we get to the season, but I think it will. like I really do think it will. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to compromise with you, Joseph. Also, it's not Mo Wagner, it's Mo Wagner. He's German. That dude is a beast. Okay. He is already better than Sabonis. And Sabonis he's coming to year 3. Shout out to the Lakers front office, man. They're drafting really solid dudes, solid NBA players, late first and second round. Congrats. Okay. Congrats. Mo is a volume scorer, and not Michigan. Wait till he grows into his body. Pronunciation. But yeah, guys. I think we covered some sizable amount of stuff And I do not want Melo to go to the Rockets. Like I really don't. Like, I think he's going to destroy that team. Man. Other than that, man, wish you guys nothing but the best. I appreciate you guys joining in today's special Friday edition. You guys can rewatch this. It'll be on iTunes, Spotify. If you guys can go leave us a review on iTunes, that would mean the world to us. You know, I'm always here keeping it real. And, you know, you may not like most of my opinions, but I back it up with facts. Okay. I mean, I think that's very important, right? Not Skip Bayless saying, I'm going to go with Tim Tebow over Aaron Rodgers in any point of the game. Like, I'm not. I don't say stuff like that. But we appreciate your guys' support. Lots of well-edited, well-produced videos are coming soon to the channel. You guys can share it with all your NBA friends from, you know, all teams. Would be highly appreciated. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys on the next stream or on the next video. We don't have anything set as far as the schedule, but lots of stuff coming. Thank you guys so much.